Warning, you are not watching Siskel and Ebert.
You are now entering Wang World.
Some topical back with another video. I'm Strange Wang. Today I have a movie review for the film You People. Before we get in this video, just like everyone else that reviewed it, social media and all that good stuff's in the description box down below. We are blessed to be a monetized channel, so we do have a thanks button on our videos. It's underneath this video as I'm speaking. If you want to hit that and donate some of that cash moolah, that Bob De Niro, that cheese, that cheddar, that mozzarella, then
I appreciate that.
But let's get down to brass tacks, which you came to see, the meat and potatoes, the title of the video, and it's the movie review, which I gave You People a 7.8 out of 10 Wangs.
Why?
Because film is subjective, and this film's not going to hit everybody the same, but it hit me in a good spot because I found this film to be extremely relatable. I date outside of my race a good bit, majority of the time. So I found this film relatable, the little nuances I picked up on it in the writing, and I thought it was very funny because of that. And some moments made me laugh out loud. I'm not usually a laugh out loud type of guy, but this film had moments where I did laugh out loud. But even though it had good moments, it had a lot of moments that weren't so hot for Strange Wang and just didn't work for what the film was trying to go for.
Oh, really? That sucks.
Starting with the jokes and writing, I wasn't the biggest fan of the jokes and writing in this film because most of the jokes came very unauthentic. It felt like we're going to have this scene just for a joke. The scene with his boss in the beginning, just, hey, this would be a really good joke. Let's put it in the movie. Let's make room for it.
Now, that's just one example.
Where we're just going to have characters in a scene pop up just to say, hey, here's a joke. And then we're going to move on. And personally, I didn't like that at all. Because when you're trying to be funny in a serious situation like this is, dealing with race and America at this point of time, having these stupid ass jokes in the film takes away from the message, the point, and takes away valuable run time that could have been used much better.
Yeah, well, you know, that's just like your opinion, man.
I did say the most part because the film is very predictable. If you've seen the trailer, you've seen this movie. It doesn't get to a point where you're in the deep waters of You People and you're like, oh my god, they might not actually get back together. You're not going to have that investment in these characters, but you're going to have a good time while you're with them. Most of them. Because only 4 characters matter in this movie, and everyone else is just there. And that's another thing I didn't like about the writing. The family was fucking pointless. Oh, we have a sister. She's a lesbian. Let's make a joke out of it, and then you move on. Oh, here's my brother. Who gives a fuck? Nia Long, wasted. I think his name's Sully. My lady friend said his name, and I don't remember his name. But the X-Files guy. He was just there to talk about his exhibit and make bad jokes throughout the whole entire movie. So everyone else in the family that could have had these conversations with their spouse or with a child or added value to this film was just pointless.
That's fair.
Even though there is pointless performances in this movie, everyone did the decent job, some better than others. Laura London, not a big fan of her acting. Jonah Hill, big fan of his acting. Eddie Murphy, the whole time I was like, Charlie Murphy would play this role much better. But Eddie Murphy did a pretty good job. Mike Epps killed it. Luia, what's the fuck's her name? Seinfeld. God damn it, that's my favorite show of all time. I love Elaine. Julia Louis Dreyfus. There we go. We speak in English now. You know what I'm saying? She did an incredible job as well. So the 4 main performances, good to great. Laura London didn't really do it for me in this film. But I understand why she's in this film. It's a name. It's nothing too serious. And it's something about the culture to get the people in the culture to watch. So, smart decision from the casting, but acting-wise didn't really hit for your boy Strange Wang too much. Just like that goddamn green screen. That green screen.
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
And you're probably typing in the comments section or thinking right now, what the fuck does the green screen have to do with this fucking film? Where did you see a green screen at? Every time these motherfuckers was in a car. And instead of hearing the conversations they were talking about while in these vehicles, all I could think of was, these motherfuckers are not driving. They got that green screen around them, and it's just a car going through LA, and it looks over edited and over produced stock footage, and it took me out the film every single time. It's a nitpick, I know, but I'm just a nitpicky motherfucker when it comes to movies. And when you put an eyesore like that green screen on the screen, I'm going to see it and I'm going to go,
oh, that is so disgusting.
As I said in the beginning of the review, this film was funny enough to make me laugh out loud multiple times, but I said the jokes weren't great. So when did I laugh out loud? When Jonah Hill and Laura London were talking. When Jonah Hill and Mo are talking. A couple times when Jonah Hill and Eddie Murphy are interacting, I got a couple of chuckles out of that. Even though I thought that was going to be a big hit and I was going to be geeking up the whole entire time. Nonetheless, Mo and Laura London's interactions with Jonah Hill was hilarious because they was authentic. And that's what I wanted this film to be. I wanted it to be very authentic. I wanted it to be a mix of Guess Who's Coming to Dinner and Guess Who. Like, two on the opposite end of the spectrum. Guess Who being super outlandish and hilarious. And Guess Who's Coming to Dinner being very serious. I wanted it to be a good mixture of that so we could have a real conversation and laugh at the same time. Like one of my favorite films of all time. My top 5 favorite films of all time. Mid-90s. It's a film written and directed by Jonah Hill. What he did with that was my expectation going to this film. So maybe it is my expectation of wanting something that I thought he was going to deliver, but he was outside of his box a little bit with another writer. So I can't be too mad at that because he is branching out and he does do comedy very good. He's done comedy the majority of his career, but this one just didn't always land for me because I wanted it to be authentic, and I think it would have worked better if it was authentic because you would have had a good conversation with it. You could have a good conversation with this film still, but it's not as impactful and with the outlandish comedy scenes like Andrew...
2,000 years later.
You've seen him on YouTube. Andrew Schultz, that's his name. Him. Very talented, very funny guy. And you have him talking about storming the Capitol. Like, wasted potential. Wasted potential. Things like that I did not want to see in this fucking movie. But the stuff that was authentic made me laugh out loud because it showed good chemistry. It showed funny moments. It showed humor in real life situations that I can relate to because this film was relatable and I related to these moments. Because as I said at the beginning, I date outside my race a good majority of the time. I also live in the South. So, living in the South and dating outside your race, you get a lot of very mixed looks, opinions, comments coming towards your way. And because of my experiences with that, I know people, I've had interactions with people like Jonah Hill and Lauren London in this movie with their parents. I've been on the street and gotten looks or gotten comments or got asked questions about my relationships, situationships, whatever you want to call them. And that's something I could relate to. I could relate to Jonah Hill because I love sneakers. I love dressing non-traditional white.
What?
I guess I don't fucking know what it would be called. But I dress kind of weird. I just like weird looking shit. And I like to dress a certain way. So because of that, I related to the aesthetic look of Jonah Hill. I related to his interest, his relationship. And pretty much everything about the guy. I mean, I have a YouTube channel. He has a podcast. He's a very relatable character for Strange Wang. Another thing about this movie that I'm disappointed with, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't mid-90s level of greatness.
Oh my god, who the hell cares?
The soundtrack, it was cool. It was alright. It wasn't what he did for mid-90s, but again, he made this movie with someone else. They directed it. He starred in it, so what can you do? But overall, I did have a good time with you people, which is why I gave it a 7.8 out of 10 Wangs. It's something to watch. It's funny at times. It's a good Netflix movie, even though I wish it would have been in the theater. It would have made a great TV show as well. It would have gave more time to develop the seriousness and have that conversation. But nonetheless, I enjoyed the fucking movie. That's the point. And tell me in the comment section below your thoughts and opinions about you people. Did you like it more or less than Strange Wang? Did you agree with my opinions? Do you think I don't know what I'm talking about? Let me know in the comment section. But after you do all that, scroll back up, hit the like button, share the video, and subscribe.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.